This is a super quick video, mainly because I have something on my mind about going back into teaching. The fact that I'm supposed to be this little sacrificial lamb going back into the classroom is just, it's stressful. It's just kind of resting in my bed. Like, that's Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He is assisting me in this video. Emotional support. But yeah, going back into the classroom, I'm supposed to be this sacrificial lamb. And because I'm used to the government and, general population not caring about what happens to teachers or administrators or the custodians and the maintenance staff that are involved in the education process. And I think it's bull. The fact of the matter is, I kept reading all of these memes about like, oh, a middle school teacher, that's 180 students. Like, wait, it's actually not that small amount, because I teach all of the 8th graders. My mask and my face shield or whatever, but I'm in the room, and eventually, let's say I come down with the actual coronavirus. So now I've exposed the entire 8th grade class and their teachers and anyone they have passed in the hallway. So just one person on campus that's sick can potentially reach everyone, because a school has several shared spaces. They take athletics, or they take choir, or they take orchestra. Through the hallway they go. So I just like, oh, just tell all the students to wear a mask. My students are old enough to wear masks and old enough to understand the importance. Their parents also have the right to tell them that they're not going to wear a mask and to not worry about it. They're not likely to die from the coronavirus. From what I understand, coronavirus is painful. The fact is, it's very likely that you'll live if you don't have any pre-existing conditions and you are not elderly. So let's say I got like a severe version of this. With a guy in New York got it. He's a singer. He works as a music teacher. He's kind of a freelance music teacher, I think. He got it. He was put on a ventilator for like 14 to 16 days. He basically missed the month of March. They induced a coma and put him on the ventilator. I think he came back with mild kidney damage. Like his kidney. But the potential is that if you get put on a ventilator, sometimes, it'll paralyze your vocal folds, and that's what you use to talk. So it'd be really hard for you to speak. And if you do speak, it'd be difficult for you to be understood for a while. I mean, it could heal, but it would take time. A lot of people have reduced lung capacity and scar tissue in the lungs because the coronavirus attacks your lungs. You've given me, somebody who uses their voice all the time, the worst case scenario. I have spent, on my master's degree in vocal performance, I have spent thousands of dollars over at least a 15-year period. Tens of thousands. Okay, private lessons, the master degree, pay to sing so I can have full roles on my thing, on my resume, on my CV. Current lessons, the cost of driving to teach these lessons, playing the piano for these people that want lessons. There's a lot of money that goes into doing this. Audition fees. There are audition fees that you pay. You pay to audition. After you pay to get your degree, you pay to audition. And you might not even get a call back. That's just for the audition. So basically what you're saying is, I'll survive, but I have to give up singing. Possibly. So if I get it, the added stress of basically having wasted 20 years of my life developing a career and becoming successful and paying my bills with it, I might not be able to sing anymore. And I just pick a different career. You're not asking me to just sacrifice a little bit of time or some paid time off because I'll survive or whatever. You're actually asking me to sacrifice my livelihood. I just thought about that, and if I caught that from somebody, suddenly I have to change everything. And I don't think that's fair for me to give up everything to just go back to normal before it's time. Right after I get off of a ventilator, I'm probably not paid because I'd only get 10 paid days off. And let's say I need 20 days. So now that other 10 days, I don't get paid for that. They will dock my pay. And it doesn't matter if it's a good reason. My pay will be docked. Diary of a Diva Boss. What am I supposed to do? Do I quit my job so I can be safe? My son is not going to physically be on a campus. He's not going to do it, because if he were to contract it and I'm not allowed to sit by his side if he gets admitted to the hospital, you know, that's kind of scary. And I'm supposed to continue working if he's ill. And the same thing, if I get put in the hospital, he's just supposed to keep trucking through his work and be like, mom will be fine. I'm just gonna sit here and do some algebra. Who does that? Nobody does that. It's really hard to do. Just parents, if you're thinking of sending your children to school, I understand if you have, you have to get back to work. You can't take your time off your job. And I understand that. But at this point, we're at an impasse. Do we hunker down and just make sure that this virus slowly fades? Just buy ourselves a little bit more time to get a vaccine or a viable treatment? Go back to work and sacrifice whoever needs to be sacrificed. I know people are gonna be like, well, it's a low rate of people who get. That's like, but still, we do everything we can to avoid the flu. Why would we not do everything we can to avoid this? This is a lot more than the flu. It's not just the flu. I've had the flu before, but now there's a flu vaccine. But there's not a coronavirus vaccine. The whole, wash your hands. Where? I don't have a sink in my class. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands. Let me leave my class unattended to go wash my hands. Take care of yourselves. Make the best decision you can for you. It's gonna be stressful, regardless what you pick. You're always gonna have to worry about somebody else not following the rules. It's like a bad group project.